This is daveac on Blip TV, and this is my vblog 024. Gosh, nearly 6 months now, and we're into 2009. It's the 2nd of January today, so Happy New Year everybody, and I hope it is a successful year and a happy year for all of us, but difficult times, I know. Well, let's get straight on with the show, as it were. Not done a full preparation again this week. Been in a holiday mood. Was at relatives yesterday and had a busy evening. Was on the Pervcast last night, which is the one of the talk shows that I go on. But let's stick to the agenda that I've got laid out. Well, we had a marvellous live Doctor Who Podshock on Talk Show on Sunday, and this was discussing the next Doctor. Now, I'll try not to be spoilerish, but I seem to be in the minority a little bit. There was myself and Darth and one or two others that were a little bit critical of it, but most of the people on the show live thought it was one of the best Christmas specials that we'd had of Doctor Who. And they were real fans of it, and I must admit I did think that David Morrissey did a great job. My issues were with the fact that after a very, very promising first 20-25 minutes or 30 so minutes, the second half seemed to go to the Christmas silliness that I don't particularly like. I would much rather we'd have standard Doctor Who fare and maybe get an extra episode in the series with those savings. But having said that, if you could sort of relax in the Christmas mood, and if you're in a light-hearted vein, as it were, I suppose it came together rather well. But I must admit I marked it down for one or two reasons. I didn't particularly like the reveal at the end, so I won't say anything more. But it was certainly an exciting show, because when we'll talk about it on the Podshock, we had to postpone the CIA that would normally have followed that, because we'd been on nearly a good 2 hours or so talking. And to that end then, this coming Sunday, CIA Cult Them in Audio will be the postponed one about quantum leaps and short trips. Now, this is not just talking about quantum leap, this is talking about time travel in TV series and movies. So if you're interested in time travel as an aspect of science fiction, come along and join us on CIA on Talk Show. Or failing that, subscribe to it on iTunes and download it later. So that was pretty good. Another bit of Doctor Who news, which was really good, was that the BBC was showing an edited section of Doctor Who at the Proms. Now, this had aired originally, let me just check there, 27th of July as part of the prom seasons, and it had been on the radio, the 2-hour show, but they did a 1 hour edited, and I've just got it playing now on my TV, and I'm going to take a risk and let you see a little bit of it. I'm going to pull away from the TV now. Just pick the sound up a little bit. And I'm going to have to cut that now. I hope I'm back in view now. I have to move everything around the house to get my little lights set up and so on to make this show. So I'm going to trust to luck that the camera is back on its stand. But that was excellent. And the obviously the music is Murray Gold's music, and it was introduced by Freema Agyeman and Catherine Tate did come on, and of course they had lots of different monsters, and Ben Foster was the conductor there. I thought he looks like a little bit like David Tennant there when he was conducting. Maybe he should have a go at being the Doctor. But yeah, it was really a nice thing to see. Lots of clips being shown, and of course they had the special music of the Spheres section where David Tennant talks to the audience, and the kids, their faces, they were spellbound. One or two slightly frightened younger children as a Jadoon came through the crowd, but it looked as though it was a really brilliant experience. And well, yeah, great. So that in actual fact is taking two places on my podcast today. That is both the main Doctor Who item, and it is also my music, because I try and do some classical music on this show. And really, some of the themes that Murray Gold has produced for Doctor Who, you could almost say that they were classical music of the modern age. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Really good. It was smashing. One little Doctor Who thing, and this is really probably not a good thing to say, but it's true. When I said I wasn't that particularly keen on the Christmas special, I watched the Confidential about the making of it. And I have to say, I think I enjoyed that more than the episode itself. So that's not very good, is it? But that's about as honest as I could say. And before I go on to my last few sections of the show, I just want to make a shout out to the number of new Facebook friends I've got. I went to the Podshock group that is on Facebook, and I can't obviously invite everybody to be my friend in one go, because there's 70, 80, 100 people there or so. But I did do a few, and quite a few of them have responded and added me as friends. That's Gabrielle, Kyle, Paul, Caitlin, Michael, Craig, and one or two others if I haven't mentioned your name. About a dozen new friends, and I will try and add some more in the weeks and days to come. So thank you for those who accepted my friendship invite. That's Dave. I'm Dave Cooper on Facebook, but there are over 50 Dave Coopers. So the easiest way perhaps is to go to my homepage, which is Dave Cooper's homepage at Tiscali, and you'll see the link there to my Facebook page. Right, need to move on. I've got a quick gadget. It's really a little bit of fun. I got a friend of mine, he bought me a nice bottle of wine, but he bought me this little gadget. There you are. How about that? Is it a whistle for emergencies? Is it a sonic lipstick? What would I do with a sonic lipstick? Is it something else? Is it a little torch? Is it a laser beam? No. It's a fold away corkscrew. And it's quite substantial as well. I don't think I'll be able to take it on any holidays on any aircraft, but yeah, it's neat, and it's in that protective thing so it doesn't cut into your pocket. So there's a little compact corkscrew gadget. I'll be talking about a wine, by the way, at the end of the show. I'm going to leave yet again my books. I'm sorry, but over the Christmas period I just haven't had time to get involved in them. I've started the first one. Remember, I'm rereading these. I've already read them before, but I feel as though I want to remind myself a bit more before I mention them on the shoe. So that's it. So well, I've done that in fairly good order. I've got just two things to talk about now. One is a Blu-ray, and it's a film that I got for Christmas from my daughter. Thanks, Ros. And it's The Dark Knight. And this, of course, is the latest Batman movie. It's got an outer cover with the Batman, but because Heath Ledger was so prominent and seems to have stolen part of the film, the inside cover has Heath Ledger there in the role of the Joker. Well, I watched this on New Year's Eve, sorry, and I was very impressed with it. The Blu-ray, of course, the picture quality I thought was stunning, and I loved the fact, some people have criticised the fact that the aspect ratio changes in it, but I love that. What had happened is when this had been made, there's certain sections that were done for the IMAX theatre, and that's on a vast scale. So what they've done is where a lot of the film is in the strip, you know, that we're used to seeing, the 240 by 1 aspect, there's so much extra information on the IMAX that the whole screen then filled up. Now, this wasn't a widescreen film, you know, a widescreen film like that, where they'd zoomed in to fill the screen. This was further detail, top and bottom, so the resolution was pin sharp as it panned over these cities and one or two other dramatic moments. So the picture quality was great. Christian Bale, of course, was playing Batman. Michael Caine is his manservant, and Heath Ledger was playing the Joker. Gary Oldman and Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal and Morgan Freeman. What a cast. Now, there was another baddie that appears towards the end of the film, but I think that would be too much of a giveaway if I said who or how that came about. But just to say that when you think the film is all but over, a whole second story arc unfolds, and let's just say that that leads to the actual title of the film, which means Batman becomes the Dark Knight. One thing that seems strange is that they kept referring to the Batman. Has anybody seen the Batman? Not Batman, the Batman. But I thought it was a really good film, and it wouldn't surprise me that all the praise that's been heaped on Heath Ledger, the way he does his mouth, you know, because he's had his mouth cut, and he's obviously he absolutely nails it, and he pretty much steals the show, and I enjoyed it. A great Blu-ray film, certainly worth going up from DVD to Blu-ray if you have a PS3, Sony PlayStation 3 or another Blu-ray player. Right, well, we've got nearly 14 minutes or so, and I just want to finish with a wine. Now, I know these wine tastings of mine are a bit amateurish, so all I'm trying to say is that if I drink these wines and I say something, that I would, you know, basically buy them again and drink them. Now, in this particular case, this is a wine or a wine type I don't often drink. It's a Pinot Noir. It's Winemaker Porter Reserve. It's a wine from Chile. The Bio Valley Estate bottled 2007. Let's see if we can get a hold of that steady. 14%. I've already poured it out. It's a screw cap, but I've already poured it out so that I'm not shaking the wine I'm tasting. And I've said a few times recently, it is still a little cool here in the UK. I've got the heating on, but the wines are really taking a while to open up. It's a lovely, almost a ruby red colour. It's a lighter red than I would have thought, but I assume that's typical of the Pinot Noir grape. There's definitely some tannins on the nose. Not metallic, but slightly, I don't know what the correct word is. Minerally, is that? And there's again, it's more of a red cherry than a black cherry flavour to me. I think you're supposed to be able to smell raspberries or strawberries, but that may be come in the tasting. Ooh, yeah, that is definitely more of a, it's got the sharper edge of the, I think I can see I taste the raspberry there. It's definitely more towards the berry than the cherry flavour, if that's making sense. I don't think strawberry though. It's, yes, it's not not a plummy dark cherry. It's definitely a red berry or raspberry maybe. Oh, it's got a good long finish and it's smooth. That is nice. There's not very strong tannins, but there are there. Let's see what the label says as we come to the end of our show. Deep black cherry red in colour. Wow. With intriguing aromas of rose petals, didn't get that, raspberries, yes, baked cherries and ripe strawberries. Well, I don't know whether it's me that hasn't got a sophisticated palate, but I only got about half of that. A classic Pinot Noir with mineral notes, yes, and a full-bodied, silky texture, rounded out by smooth tannins. Well, yes, I got some of that, ending with a long, elegant and pleasing finish. And I'll agree with that last part. So I'm getting like 50 or 60% of what they're saying there. No, that is very nice, and I would recommend it. Porta Reserva 2007 Pinot Noir, the Bio Valley. And let's see if we can end with a little bit more Doctor Who, and I'll send vblog 024 for the 2nd of January 2009. Let's see if we can hear a bit more. Let's come with me. With that, I'm going to have to end the show.